All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome in. Welcome back. Hopefully everyone's well rested for another day of trading. You got 2 more days left of the week. Cristobal, good morning. Norsale, good morning. Peter, good morning. I wish the market is always hot like last week. Yeah, it's definitely, last week was definitely an outlier week. But there's opportunity all the time. Like even this week, there's been some great opportunity. And even on like slower markets, there's still opportunity. So if you missed last week, like me, then there's always another opportunity. So kind of just got to put a past in the past, keep the past in the past, and just keep moving forward. And learn from it and move forward. LB, good morning. What's up? Skull, good morning. All right, so what do we have here on the gap scan? What do we have on the gap scan? I did start up a little bit later today. A little bit late today. I was quite tired actually, so still kind of waking up. So nuke, NUKK, nucleus, reverse split here. It's pretty low float, but yeah, maybe we get some. Maybe it does have some reverse split action after the open. Sometimes they do get that, but as of right now, it doesn't really look that good. So since that's a reverse split, we don't really count that as our leading gapper. NXU would be our now leading gapper here, up 164%. Pretty good, from 25 cents all the way up to 68 cents a share. Not bad, not bad. What is our float? The float on NXU is 11.6 million shares. So I think that's fine. For 70 cents a share stock. Be able to turn the float relatively quickly if this is the volume leader here after the open, which I hope it is. Do we have any news? We do not have any news on NXU. No news on NXU. Daily chart. Let's see here. What did we stop that at? 70, we said? We broke out of that previous topping tail. Maybe this is a level here. This is possible a level. We did bounce here twice, consolidated, broke down, and started finding some resistance there. So maybe this is an inflection point here at 74, 75 cents. I guess what time will tell. Maybe again, and then again at $1. Somewhere in there. And then, of course, I don't think it's going to get all the way up here, but I'll put a level up there just in case. So NXU, potential penny stock runner here for $1. I think $1 would be a good first kind of conservative target. It's only 30 cents away. And a lot of these penny stocks, most of these penny stocks have that target of $1 because you need to have your stock price, at least to be trading on the NASDAQ, you need to have your stock price over $1 for, I think, a certain period of time before you get flagged. SEC filing of merger into company. Filing today, SEC filing of merger. Good on you for going into that, but yeah, I mean merger into a company. I mean, pretty good catalyst. We'll see how it unfolds here after the open. GM, good morning. What's up? LB Trading, good morning. Continuing higher here in NXU. we're coming up to that level here. Let's see how if we respect that level that I drew out on the daily. LGCB, another penny stock. No news. LGCB. Float 6.8 million. Do you think drug could reach 100? Let's take a look at drug. It's been a while since I looked at drug. We're holding up still. Wow, we are still holding up. Short sellers have been getting wrecked on drug left and right. There were some big blow-ups I saw on Twitter from drug. Mad as Money. I'm sure a lot of you guys know Mad as Money. He lost like $350,000 on drug on day one, or on this day here maybe, I think. $350,000. I think he was only up $1 million on the year, so he pretty much lost a third of his yearly profit on one trade, on one day, shorting drug. Madaz was only up $1 million. I think he was only up $1 million, maybe a little more. Yeah, I mean, on all-time highs, like I think he's up like 13, 14, something like that, something crazy. But he's been in a drawdown. I think he's down like a couple million over the course of a couple years. And then today taking a pretty decent hit. Well, not today, I mean this stock taking a pretty decent hit. So drug, do I think it's going to go to 100? I think it's possible. We're holding this support pretty well. Holding at $50. I mean, if we curl back over, I'd say if we curl back over this level, we start closing above 58 and 60. We start closing in here and inching towards these highs. We can squeeze out again. It's possible. It's definitely possible. I'm not saying take the trade now, because right now we're in a sort of a no man's land. It can go either way. I could see this pull all the way back down here to 35, to this previous level, before maybe coming back up. That's possible. Or we can just kind of start inching our way back up towards 50 and 60. That's also possible. So yeah, just keep an eye on it. Maybe it'll give a good entry. Sync V, good morning. Welcome in. LGCB, as you said, lots of 13G filings today. Interesting. Are you going into what's the website? BAM SEC. LGCB. Yeah, here's the 13G filings. Yeah, the BAM SEC it's a really good resource, but it does take time to kind of learn how to read it. Like all the different filings. Yeah, okay, yeah. So it looks like the 13G filing is to indicate ownership. Company's ownership of shares, total stock issues. 13G form is used to report a party's ownership of which exceeds 5% of the company's total stock issue. So if someone owns more than 5% of the company's total stock issue, they need to file a 13G. So, you know, stock or insider buys, insider holdings, if you hold over 5%. It's a good sign if they do a 13G. That means somebody's buying shares over 5% of the stock holdings, which is good. So that's probably why this is moving, because that's bullish. You know, you see insiders buying up shares. Obviously, they're not buying it to eventually take a loss in the future. And the insiders have more insight on what's happening than most investors. So if insiders are buying up, it's a good sign for investors to also be buying up. So it's kind of like a domino effect. So maybe this continues to move. I mean, it is kind of pulling back a bit too much. We're under VWAP. I wouldn't want to see this much lower than 50 cents. It would need to start to curl up over 57.60 for me to really be interested. And have volume like extremely high, like maybe 3 million, 4 million for 1 minute candle. So far we only got 1.4 million at the high here. So that's actually pretty good for a pre-market. But for the open, I'd want to see like 4 million, 3 or 4 million here, minimum. Sometimes we get 10 million on penny stocks, which is really good. So LGCB, I'll put that on side chart. TVGN also is making another move, kind of, coming in pre-market. So continuing higher TVGN. It's a little bit of a larger float though. I think it's a little bit of a larger float, maybe 20 million something. I think it was, yeah, 21.6 million. Frey looks good. Let me take a look at Frey. I can take a look at that. Yeah, it looks like TVGN, just kind of a continuation, no fresh news. 21 million share float. Maybe you do see something here, but it did have a nice move down to here. Really had a nice move yesterday. And I did trade it. But I was late. I started trading it in here. I saw it moving. I was like, I mean, there's something else that looks better. It's kind of just inching up, but this was such a good leg here. Man, I should have pulled it up sooner. But yeah, let's take a look here at Frey. Yeah, Frey, I mean, the volume's really, really light. Float is 116 million. It's just not something that I would trade. It's just not going to have that range. So I don't like Frey. Holding BOF, I can take a look here at BOF as well. Xena, this one has a low float, right? 12 million shares. Trading Harvard company announced its Xena drone subsidiary acquired a U.S. design patent pertaining to the drone design used in Xena Drone 1000 product. So sort of like kind of like a patent news, acquiring a U.S. design patent. So maybe this moves. Maybe Xena has potential. 12 million share float. We did have a recent move on it. Let's take a look at what happened here. Was this the recent move? Yeah, so this was the recent move. We're kind of curling back up. Yeah, this move was a pre-market move and then just dumped. So maybe we curl back up. We kind of form a little bit of support. And then we break out of this previous day of 340. I mean, there's going to be short stuck here, so I wouldn't doubt that we can see something here on Xena for the target over 340. If you can get a good, yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean, the volume is still kind of light, but we have news. It's a low float, and we have a clear level here that can provide us some juice through 340. Sort of kind of like a double bottom here as well off the low. So yeah, maybe we base out here. I wouldn't want to see it lower than kind of 260. This is our kind of an inflection point that we did break. So if we break back below that, definitely a bearish sign if we can't get back over relatively quick. But, maybe we see something like this. Well, not over the course of that many days, but you get the point. Maybe we see something like that. Kind of pull back here to level. Could pull back a little more, but it also would be fine if it just kind of starts to inch its way up after the open, gain some more volume for the break at 340. Xena is not marginal. Yeah, Xena is not marginable, but you can still trade it with your cash. And as well, I'm hearing that even if you do get flagged by Charles Schwab, that you can just call in and get that removed, and that it's not permanent. What's the Xena float? 12 million. These losers, right, taking profits, how could they, right? Honestly, there was such bad pullback. I don't know how much longer I will hold this. What stock was this again? BOF. BOF. So you're in BOF. Yeah, this is rough. You had kind of a spike and then just kind of fading. Did it have any news? It did have news. It says there was a commission of production facility in Peru and surge in major customer reorders. So surge in reorders, expects 3.8 million in net revenue. Yeah, it just doesn't have the attention. It's just giving back its entire gains. So I'm not interested in it. Yeah, you loaded at 195. Yeah, I would hold at least break even stop at most for your risk. If you bought, did you buy yesterday or did you buy here? Interesting. Right, we've got about 3 minutes here. This morning, yeah. So you got a good entry. So I would keep a break even stop and see if it can bounce a little bit. 210, 220, and then start taking profits maybe, or scaling out. Yeah, NXU is not bad. I like NXU for the opening range. So NXU, LGCB, and Xena are going to be my main watches, with NXU being my main watch here for the open. So good luck. Good luck. Glad you guys are enjoying the stream. Sync V, no problem. As always, follow your risk. It's not over trade. Stay calm, cool, and collected. And if we do that, we have a good chance of ending up on top. So good luck. Catch you guys later. All right, peace. Yeah, but the owner said it's worth 20. Yeah, I remember that, right? This guy's crazy.